Post-Impressionism. In the 1800s, a painting style called Impressionism arose. It was a spontaneous reaction to everyday life. Some painters became bored with the lack of meaning in Impressionist art, so they started their own movement called Post-Impressionism. This style of painting had many secret meanings and mystical properties.
In 1948, Paul Gauguin was born in France. As he grew up, he gained a hobby for painting. Later in his life, he decided to paint full-time. He started as an Impressionist painter, but he grew tired of the lack of emotion. He became a Post-Impressionist painter. He moved to the island of Tahiti in the Pacific Ocean to escape the turmoil of life and find a calm location to live. There, his paintings showed images of life. There were spirits and religious symbols within the paintings. A great example of this is his painting, The Day of the Gods. Here we have Day of the Gods, which depicts Gauguin's experience on the South Pacific Islands.
This particular scene captures dancers and women celebrating on a beach, but the main subject of this painting are the three women in the foreground.
And Gauguin creates the sense of spirituality through his technique of distortion and abstract shapes reflected in the pool of water in front of them.
Yes, here one would think that the images would be clearly reflected, but instead, by distorting these shapes and colors, Gaugin represents the idea that the women are in a higher, more mystical place.
Indeed. Now, what makes this a great piece is the masterful use and innovative techniques. Gaugin used a vibrant and bold color palette when he painted. He also tends to outline his figures with bold lines for maximum reaction and emotion.
The next piece in our gallery is quite powerful and representative of Gauguin's fascination with spirituality. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? This picture by Gaugin depicts the scene of Tahitian life along with the underlying meaning of the track of human life.
This scene shows a group of people for each major stage of life. In the beginning, there are three women caring for a child that stand for the beginning of life.
The second group of people in this painting symbolize the daily existence of adulthood.
And in the background, there's an old woman close to her death, and she symbolizes the passing on to the realm of death.
Gaugin shows a sense of spirituality in this piece as well.
Yes, there's a statue in the background, this blue statue that represents the beyond.
And Gaugin uses a lot of technique in this painting by using bold, bright colors on the human figures and dull, subtle colors on the god statue in the background. This really emphasizes how universal spirituality is.
The next final piece in our gallery is one of Gauguin's most famous post-impressionist works.
Lastly in our gallery, Spirit of the Dead Watching. The main subject of this painting is Gauguin's 14-year-old Tahitian wife, her face ridden with terror as she lays belly down on the bed. She notices in the corner a dark figure representative of death. This figure is painted similarly to the spiritual elements in Gauguin's previous painting, Where Do We Come From? Gauguin's continuity in his dark, subdued spiritual elements versus his warm, lively human figures is displayed yet again. Gaugin created a sense of haunting through this particular color scheme, utilizing viewers' reaction to color.
During this time, there was lots of social unrest around the world. For example, Japan, China, England, France, South Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean all experienced this unrest. This order caused Gaugin to move all around the world and to adopt post-impressionism, which is more emotional and showed life in a more personal light than impressionism. Gaugin eventually ended up in Tahiti, which is the smallest island in the Pacific Ocean. It is totally isolated from the modern innovations that were going on in this time. Therefore, there are no modern technologies depicted in his artwork.